Hi, it's Kathy Kanemoto, and I'm going to go over why we need to hire a computer science full-time instructor. And here is our request for hiring. Here's our numbers. I went ahead and made some graphs of our numbers to help visualize these numbers. So as you can see from all of this data, that our numbers are going up, and I plan on them continuing this trend of going up as long as we can offer these sections to these students. As of now, we don't have teachers to add any more sections. There is no instructors to teach more sections, even though we do have the student population to add more sections. So I am at 11 units overload. I have a part-timer who's also teaching sections of these courses, and she's at her maximum, and there is nobody else to teach these sections, which is why we need to hire a computer science instructor, so this trend can keep rising. Another reason that we need to hire a full-time instructor rather than hire more part-time instructors is that for the qualifications to teach these classes are really high. And in general, most people who have these qualifications don't want to teach part-time, but we could attract a candidate to teach these classes if we had a full-time position. So here's the minimum qualifications to teach a computer science course. And as you can see, you need to have your master's in computer science, or in math, or in engineering. And if we look at beginning salaries for these types of degrees, like master's degrees, we can see that the beginning salaries for these degrees is pretty high. Most people who get these degrees aren't willing to come to Merced to teach part-time, but having a full-time position would attract a candidate with these qualifications. Another reason that we need to hire somebody full-time is to help us with our computer science pathways that we've been building and will continue to build if we get another instructor to help us build these pathways. So I've created this website at this URL kind of explaining these pathways. So let me go through them. We've been building high school pathways so that we get the flow from the high school students studying computer science to Merced College, and then they move on to these four-year schools like Stanislaus, Fresno State, and UC Merced. And so you can see here some of these high school pathways that we've been building. And so we recently got this Google CS for HS grant to help us with professional development for high school teachers teaching these classes. So here's a list of the high schools that we currently have a 2+2 agreement. We started out with just one, and now we're up to 11 high schools where we instituted a computer science principles class, or are going to institute one next year. As you can see, we've covered many of the high schools here in Merced and in our surrounding communities. This is going to help our flow of students come from the high schools into Merced College who are going to study computer science. We are currently offering a professional development to these high school teachers and helping them to learn how to get these students to pass this computer science principles test, and then also adding a computer science AP class where they're going to be teaching first level programming as well. We estimate that we'll have 100 students passing the CSP this year and over 200 next year. All of these students will be potential candidates to come to Merced College and study computer science. Here's a picture of our pathway that we've created. We've aligned our O5A and our O1 class with the AP Computer Science Principles class. And with this 2+2 agreement, they can take the test for both the AP exam, CSP, and our O1 and our O5A class. If they pass these three exams, well, 2 for Merced College, they'll get Merced College credit. And if they pass the AP CSP class, It validates that they have learned this material, and they get AP credit. Here's a future pathway. I have one instructor right now who's teaching the CSA, and we plan on getting more CS4HS funds to do the professional development next year, where we're going to have all of our instructors then teaching the AP Computer Science A class. This is going to greatly influence the students coming to Merced College that are going to learn computer science. We currently also have this STEM scholarship. The STEM scholarship is a scholarship that keeps on giving. So it's a scholarship where incoming freshmen to Stanislaus benefit, but also students from Merced College. So a Merced College student studying computer science in their second year can apply for this scholarship and get $5,000. When they transfer to Stanislaus the following year, they will get $9,000 and then $10,000. This is one such scholarship. We are currently in an alliance with CSI and plan on getting more scholarship funds for more scholarships for students, just like this one. This is going to help the influx of students coming to Merced College and influence them to study computer science. Now let's check out our university pathways. We're also building pathways from Merced College to our surrounding universities, such as Stanislaus State, Fresno State, and UC Merced. All of our classes are articulated and transferable to these colleges through assist.org. We're also creating this alliance. We're part of the CSI Includes Alliance, where we're applying for more grants just like the STEM scholarship grant. Here's a rundown of how our pathway works. Students are introduced to STEM-type projects in their high school classes. Our professional development training is helping those teachers teach those classes well and for those students to pass the CSP and our 2 exams for our 2 classes. When they come to Merced College, they can come with up to 7 units of credit into computer science. Students will then complete classes and certificates for our AST degree, which will enable them to apply to the undergrad research opportunities, which we're planning on creating through this alliance. Students apply for their undergrad research opportunities and then complete research and work that will be used towards their capstone project, work under a college or university professor that will mentor them and who will later grade the capstone project. This is where we're trying to get funding, and I'm very optimistic in that we will get some funding for these students to transfer to these schools from Merced College. When the students get to those universities, we're working with the universities to build a shared rubric with well-defined contributions from all professors. Their top students will further refine their presentations and present their projects at convening of institutions and industry partners. Awards will be given, and students obtain their degree and are offered jobs. We're also developing a drone technology certificate. We've chosen drone technology because we believe that drone technology is the future and that we're on the brink of the drone revolution. Also, many of the doctors at our neighboring sister campuses of Fresno State and UC Merced are studying drones and using this technology in their research. We're putting through curriculum our drone technology classes, as you can see here. These drone technology classes will be coupled with our programming, first level programming, and an engineering course. This will help spur students on. They'll get this certificate and then move on to studying more computer science and achieving their AST degree and transferring, or in studying engineering. Students will earn their drone technology certificate from Merced College. They can then earn their STEM AST degree from Merced College. Students can then transfer to our neighboring campuses. They can use that knowledge that they've learned from the drone technology classes as transferred electives and also helping them with their research in these 4-year institutions. Another doorway that we would like to open for students is in information technology. We would like to implement this model curricula in making this new degree but we do need another computer science teacher to help us with this. We are getting spread way too thin, and so to implement something like this, we definitely need another instructor here to help teach our classes and to keep this momentum going. In this information technology model curricula, we would need to institute a couple of new classes, and we need an expert in the field to be able to teach these types of classes. We would need to institute this class here, which is the A+ certification class. This class is our O1 class. This class is our O6 class. This class we already have at Merced College also. Now we would have to develop some of these classes here in order to implement this degree. Notice it only says select 6 units of the 2 courses or 2 courses from the following. So what classes do we have? We have business communication and we have routing and switching essentials. That doesn't give the students much choice. It would be great and very beneficial for the students to have this class, Introduction to Information Systems Security. Now in order to have a class like this, we do need an instructor to teach this type of class. Let's look at this graphic. How much does someone in computer science related occupation earn? Top paying states, California is second. These computer science jobs rank in the top 10 for careers with the most job openings, according to the article Hottest Careers for College Graduates by the College Board's Big Future. Notice it's computer systems analyst, computer software engineers and applications, network systems and data communication analyst, and computer software engineers and system software. These are all jobs that our graduates can get. Our computer science AST degree majors that are transferring to these 4-year schools can get these jobs. This is what our valley needs. This is what Merced College needs. We need an instructor to help us institute this pathway in our plan. Note that most STEM jobs in the future are going to require computational science. 60% will be in computing jobs, and 40% will be all other math and sciences. Notice that our students are down in this, so if we can produce students that are studying computer science, those jobs will be waiting for them. So I hope you see that it is our need to hire another computer science instructor to help us institute these pathways at Merced College and lead students to success.